Great night for hoops here at Springville High School. Tonight, the Spanish Fort Dons taking on the Springville Red Devils. I'm Alan Huff along with Chris Hurst. We'll pause for just a minute as the national anthem is performed. We'll go silent. And Chris, before it starts, hello again.
Hey, how's it going, Alan?
Not bad. Let's let him go. Again, welcome to Springville High School. The Spanish Fort Dons and the Springville Red Devils set to go to war here, Chris. And the Dons, losers of 4 straight, but notably sticking with Maple Mountain on Tuesday night in a tough 76-73 loss in overtime. What do you expect to see from the Dons tonight?
Well, hopefully some more consistent performances like the one on Tuesday. I think they've got to feel pretty good, even though they lost that game. They were up 9 heading into the 4th quarter and just could not hold on as Cade Polson went absolutely nuts in that 4th quarter and just took control. But they've lost 4 in a row. They've got to find a win tonight, and if they can get that, they will be back into contention for getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, they need that, definitely. We want to thank the car guys, State Farm, Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, 2 Jacks Pizza, and of course SFCN. But Chris, I mean, it's really interesting to think Springville on the other side, they're losers of 3 in a row. They've got a streak to bust as well here.
Right, they won their first 2 region games and then have lost 3 since. And both teams come in with just 4 overall wins, so it might be a little ugly, but something's got to give tonight, Alan.
Who do the Dons have to stop in the lineup for Springville tonight?
Mason Sumption and Josh Ellison. Mason comes in averaging 10 points a game, and the leading scorer is Josh Ellison with 16.4. Both of them look to be guards, so it looks like they'll have to play that perimeter very tough tonight.
Well, we're getting set to get underway. Let's introduce some of the starters. First for Springville, Seth Mortensen will be starting alongside Josh Ellison. Bennett Hollinger, who's wearing number 5. Ellison wearing 3. Keep an eye on him for sure. Mason Sumption also, the other guy to watch, wearing number 15 and number 20, Daxton Polson. For Spanish Fort, Tanner Argyle, Garrett Hales. Running the guard line, the forwards, Brandon Congdon and Bridger Knowles. Jax Tobiasen, the big center, who stands just a tad
over
taller than Mason Sumption, who's jumping for Springville.
I think they've got to work the ball into him and Bridger Knowles tonight. That worked well for him against Maple Mountain as Bridger Knowles had a career high 22 points.
Tanner Argyle running the point for the Dons. Looking underneath, finds Knowles. He's a guy you want to have it, score it. They saw something in him the other night, and they go right to him. Had 22 against Maple Mountain. Missing the shot there, Bennett Hollinger. The Dons pull it down. Argyle across the timeline. On him is Hollinger.
And in some of these games, Spanish Fork has started out slow, so that's great to see him get an early basket.
Bridger Knowles across the top. Holds it up, kicks it back out. Garrett Hales. Hales to Knowles. Fine Bridger trying to get him in the post. Reach in, nothing called. Springville at the steal.
It was Daxton Polson that poked that ball out that time.
Outside with it, Seth Mortensen. Can't convert. And the Dons hold on to a 2-0 lead in possession. A reach-in foul will go against Seth Mortensen.
Seth Mortensen mugged him that time, and I looked like they weren't going to call it at first.
They were forced to.
What do you?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, what do you think of the mustaches and sombreros there? Springville's
well,
going
I
all
wonder if
out.
that has anything to do with Spanish Fort. Anyway, Tanner Argyle keeping that Devil crowd silent. The Dons up early 4-0. Springville with it. Daxton Polson going back to Hollinger underneath and out of bounds is Josh Ellison. They call it off Spanish.
It looked like that might have went off his knee, but ref had the better angle than we had.
So to inbound, Sumption goes up top to Hollinger. Hollinger going left side to Seth Mortensen. Josh Ellison again, one to watch. Number 3 out there on the floor with the ball right now.
Spanish
back up.
Spanish Fort doing a good job of making sure they can't kick that ball inside.
Oh, nice job by Jax Tobiasen to get a big hand in there. And then a near steal, and the Dons end up with it. Hales gets bumped, nothing called. Fight for the ball, Springville gets it. They're on the fast break, Sumption alone. They look to the left. Mortensen, count it, he's fouled.
Mortensen barely gets touched, and they call it. But on this other side, Garrett Hells gets his wallet taken, and no call. How about these scoreboards here at Springville? How did they manage to raise money for these things?
The district will pay for them here, just not at Spanish Fort. Now somebody's a good donator. Looks like a couple of the locals pitched in. Underneath, Tobiasen going up hard, puts it up and in. Jax Tobiasen on the board, 6'3" Dons.
I think Spanish Fort can do that all day. They can own Springville on the inside. They are a lot bigger and more physical.
Putting it into the third row is Tobiasen.
Great job by Tobiasen swatting that ball, but if you can, you want to try and swat that to win your teammates so you can get the fast break going.
Ben Schreiner into the ball game along with Jesse Hollinger. So Jesse Hollinger and Bennett Hollinger, players for Springville. Try to keep those 2 straight, and a foul against Tobiasen will be his first. Two team fouls against the Dons.
Both teams play a lot of young guys as Ben Schreiner's at the line. He's just a sophomore. As a matter of fact, Springville's only senior on the court is Daxton Polson.
Wow.
Actually, he's out now, but their only starter.
Yeah. That's a sign of a young team, for sure. How many seniors do they have, period? 2?
2.
Wow. Mitch Brotherson hasn't even been into the game yet, the other senior.
Definitely a rebuilding year, another rebuilding year for Springville.
Garrett Hales at the left hand. So 4 of the Dons starters on the board.
Yeah, great job spreading the love, but great job by Garrett adjusting in the air to get that shot off.
Travel violation against, I believe it was Mortensen. Dons will get possession. The Car Guys sponsored tonight's instant replays here, located 872 North Main in Spanish Fort. 798-0077 is the number you can reach him, or can visit him online at thecarguysut.net. Outside, trying to be the 5th scorer and going to be the 5th scorer, Brandon Congdon.
Now all 5 starters for the Dons have scored.
All of them with just 1 bucket. Congdon with that 3, the leading scorer. 11-5 Dons.
Dons aren't averaging too many points, so 11 points is an above average quarter for them, and we're only halfway through.
Assumption on the base. Let right side. Hollinger can't convert a three in there to call a foul against Spanish Fork. It looks like
Braden
Christensen who came in for Tobias and will pick it up. That's one thing the Dons with their size need to be aware of and not be tempted to do, is climb over the back of some of these smaller players. You got to keep yourself straight up as you can. Refs will call that.
Well, the key is to get in the right position, and Braden Christensen got out of position early and tried to get back in there and picked up the foul.
Mason Assumption with the bucket for Springville. So the Dons now with a 4-point lead halfway through the quarter. Dons hot from the field right now. Right side, Argyle looking low. Finds Knowles and gets position and scores. Bridger Knowles with 4.
That's a good sign if you're Spanish Fork. You want to get him the ball down low. He's got great post moves.
It's going to be interesting to see his development throughout the remainder of the region season. Assumption gets his own rebound. Back out. Shot missed by Jesse Hollinger. Spanish Fork with the ball in a 6-point lead. Braden Christensen holds it, hails, and into the cheerleader section.
Yeah, if Garrett Hells was just about 5 inches taller, that would have been a perfect pass.
That's right. So Springville will inbound. Daxton Polson to do the honors. Bennett Hollinger back into the ball game for Assumption. Running the point once again, going right side. Looking underneath, the shot up and in. Count it, and he's fouled. Daxton Polson, that's a second and 1.
Right, and that'll be the first foul on Bridger Knowles. But yeah, Daxton Polson only goes 5'11", but he uses his big frame to get the position underneath.
Shot up and in. Polson with 3. And it's a 10-13 game, Spanish Fork leading. Polson on the other end, was that who that was?
Yeah, that
yes,
was
he picks up that foul.
They listen.
Big guy against Bridger Knowles there. I mean, he's going to have to use that. He's going to have to use that body against Bridger Knowles if he's going to be guarding
Bridger Knowles has 5 inches on him, but he's minus about 30 pounds, I'm guessing.
That's right, and a travel violation. The Dons hand it back with Josh Chingus picking up that travel. Springville with it across the timeline. Hollinger. Work it up top. Springville going deep into their bench. Ben Schreiner, along with several others who've been into the contest, are switching them out pretty quickly, as Mason Assumption right off the bench.
An interesting thing about Springville is they only list 4 forwards on their team, and I don't believe any of them are actually in the game right now.
Crazy.
Pretty much an all-guard lineup.
Yeah.
Per their roster.
Waiting for that big kid to come out of 8th grade. 3 ball on the way by Argyle is missed, and a rebound to Springville. Here they come quickly. Hollinger nearly taken away by Argyle. Assumption left side. Shot up and a foul.
Geez.
Chingus picking up another one.
It's a second, and a little bit of an acting job there by number 15, Mason Assumption. I believe he got fouled. I don't believe he got shot, though.
Agreed. So Assumption will go to the line for 2. First one, good.
That looked like Spanish Fork might run away with this early, but Springville's just clawed their way right back into it.
13-11 game now, as Spanish has had the lead all the way. Second good. So Assumption with 4. Spanish with the ball.
Yeah, Spanish has to find a way to work it into Knowles without turning it
over there. Hollinger on the break from the free throw line. No, rebound to Argyle. He's got to break out. He does. Tanner going left side. Lewis on the floor as well for the Dons. Brady Lewis with it left side. Going to Knowles. Knowles bodying him up, back out. Lewis, 3, got it. Brady Lewis on the board.
Yeah, great State Farm assist that time by the big guy, Bridger Knowles, passing it back out.
Lance Wilson sponsoring tonight's State Farm great assists of the game. Left side, 3 ball up, missed. Hollinger can't connect. Or excuse me, that was Polson.
Polson that time. I think Spanish Fort needs to work it inside, and then if you need to, kick it out just like last time. They've got the size advantage, especially against this man-to-man defense.
Lewis to Chingus up top. Tanner Argyle, couple left-hand dribbles, puts it up, no whistle. Springville with it. Chris, I'm not going to say it overly loud. It's early in the game, but so far the officials haven't been too kind to the Dons.
Well, we'll see what happens, but I think there's been a couple things that could have been called that haven't, like right there.
Brady Lewis out front for Spanish Fort. Chingus back to him. They go to Argyle, right side, cutting Lewis up, missed, rebound to the Devils.
And back to your point on the officials, I wonder if sometimes psychologically when the other team's so much smaller, if the officials let them get away with more.
Yeah, might be so. We'll see if that continues. Daxton Polson on the bucket there. He's got 5. So the 5'11" center.
Yeah, 5'11" center.
Well, the way, I mean, defensively, he's playing the center position right now.
Right,
he's guarding.
he is.
He's guarding Jax Tobias and under there. He barely makes it to his shoulder. Shot up, man. Nice shot there by Tanner Argyle, and that is how the first quarter is going to end. So, Chris, we're through one. Spanish Fork with an 18-14 lead over the Devils. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
Ready for the second quarter to begin. The Spanish Fork Dons holding a 4-point lead over the Springville Red Devils, and Chris, the Dons visibly outsizing the Springville Red Devil team. But hey, Springville's hanging pretty strong. The Dons are getting some looks underneath. They're spreading the ball around well as well.
Right, and I think eventually their size and the number of guys they have that are bigger will just wear down Springville tonight. I think they just need to keep playing hard and see if they can wear down these guys. But the one thing you probably don't want to do is get in an up and down game.
So far, one thing you do want to do is keep Springville off the free throw line. They're 6 for 6. So Spanish Fork, you know, and maybe that's the name of the game for Springville. Play aggressive offensively, try to draw some fouls. They've already got 5 on Spanish Fork. Only 3 fouls committed by the Devils. Assumption.
Oh, wow.
Calling a foul on Spanish Fork, and that will be on Brady Lewis.
His first. They're spreading the fouls around too, fortunately, but the thing is, the refs aren't calling it both ways. Springville can mug them and eventually get a call, but Spanish Fork just barely is touching them, and they're calling it.
Spanish gets a turnover there on the inbound pass. So Hales has it out front for the Dons, currently running point. Jax Tobias and gets it taken away, and that's why Daxton Polson plays that big center position. He's outside, had a look at the 3, didn't take it. A long one on the way. Good! Josh Ellison on the board.
Apparently the bank's open late tonight here at the Ville.
Normally, you take a 3 from that far out, that thing hits the rim. It ain't going to go off the backboard and in.
Nice touch, backspin.
Got it there. They're going to call a foul on the Red Devils. That'll be Jesse Hollinger.
If you're going to go inside, you got to get it out of there quick with your Jacks because they're double teaming. I don't think they're doing a very good job of setting up that post move. It's going to be open, but you got to be a little more patient.
Yeah. So Tobiasen will step out of the game, apparently. Dons will inbound. Hales. Spanish going small. Austin Tyre on the floor.
Austin didn't play in that entire first quarter, did he?
Nope. Lewis travels. Right. The official pointed the wrong way. He's got it right. I don't know.
It's a Friday night. The
Something in the air tonight? I don't know.
They're a little tired from the week, Alan. They have real jobs.
I can understand that. So do I. Sometimes I'm not on my game when I show up here. Okay. Seth Mortensen to Josh Ellison, back out. Another three by Polson. No. Rebound. Tyre.
See if they try and work it into Bridger Knowles.
Knowles up top, kicks it back out. Long three by Argyle, misses. Rebound to Springville, looking for their first lead of the game. Ellison.
Huh.
County Argyle will pick up the foul, and Ellison will go to the line.
That'll be Argyle's first, and they'll be in the bonus the rest of the way, as that's the 7th team foul.
So Ellison hit a three earlier. He gets two here. Knocks down the first. Springville now can take the first lead of the game with the free throw from Ellison. Devils have 5 scores, all of which have attempted free throws, and on every free throw been made. Free throw, good. Springville with the lead.
That's one way to stay in a game if you're struggling from the field like Springville has been.
Underneath, Knowles. Thank you. Foul committed by Springville.
And Tobiason finished it off for him.
That's right. So Bridger Knowles going to the free throw line for 2 shots. The Dons attempting their first free throws of the game. That foul committed by Mason Sumption, his first. First goes down. Knowles with 5.
Leading scorer for the Dons so far. Very balanced on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Lots of 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. Missed the second. Sumption nearly pushed it in for Spanish Fork on the rebound. Tobiason.
Nice.
Dons back up by 2.
Tobiason did a good job of reversing that and going up and under.
Springville with it. Hollinger going right side, Ellison. Bennett Hollinger again out front.
Whoa.
All thrown away. They're saying that Argyle helped it out.
Argyle helped it. That thing was a rocket.
Yeah, he's got a pretty solid arm for just poking that away. 5:46 remaining in the half. Ball underneath, lost between the legs of Ben Schreiner. Springville has it.
Works in miniature golf.
3 good.
Gonna say that worked in miniature golf, and it worked set up that 3-point shot as well.
Josh Ellison has all 8 Red Devil points here in the second. And Springville back on top by 1. Foul committed by Springville, and that one's going against Ben Schreiner. Springville with their 16th foul, and the Dons will be shooting from now on.
Just not feeling the intensity that we had on that game on Tuesday from these two teams. Just kind of there's no feel of a rivalry tonight.
Some things lost. Bridger Knowles apparently hasn't lost his touch. He's got 7.
Yeah, that was a nice strong move by Knowles as he got bumped a little bit but was able to finish.
So the Dons back on top. We're doing the seesaw again. We remember what that's like, don't we, Chris?
Yes. Okay, Garrett Hells that time with his first foul.
I want to thank Two Jacks Pizza for sponsoring the game tonight. They're located at 30 North Main. 798-8601 is the number you can call for pickup or delivery. So to the free throw line after the foul committed by Tobias and being his second, Chris.
Oh, they called that on Tobias and not Garrett Hells, huh?
Apparently. So Sumption to the line, knocks down the first. Springville apparently is a team who practices their free throws.
Yeah, and they're dead eye on that. Every single one of them is going in just perfect.
They're 10 for 10.
That's
Foul.
huge.
Well, that's, you know what, who was it I was talking to? I believe I keep referring to Jimmy DeGraff, and I talk to him quite often, actually. And I think it was Springville he was talking about how when they played him, and I might be mistaken, but he says Springville doesn't miss free throws.
And Spanish Fork does.
Apparently, Austin Tyre missed the front end. Springville with it. Shot up, missed. Rebound to the Dons. Garrett Hales. Here they come. Left side, Argyle to the base. Right-hander, no. Rebound, back to the Devils. 24-23 game, Springville leads.
I think Argyle needs to hit a couple shots in a row to get some of that confidence back. He just doesn't look like he's had it the last 3 games.
No.
And that's part of the reason Spanish Fork's on this 4-game skid.
Foul against Hales, his first. That's 19 fouls against the Dons. 2 shots from here on for Springville, as if it seems to matter. You're getting 2 shots no matter what.
Yeah.
Josh Ellison to the line. Knocked down. He's up 9 in the quarter.
Well, anytime you get 11 out of your 25 points, that's 44% of their points have come from the free throw line.
On the way and got it. Sheesh.
They're putting on a free throw shooting clinic.
Yes, they are. Spanish Fork had better be aware of that. Tyre to the corner, trapped. Goes to the base, pushes one up. Air ball, rebound. Out of bounds to the Dons. Woo.
Austin Tyre knocks 2 guys out onto the floor on that play.
Bowling pins. Spanish Fork just 5 in the quarter here. Looking for Congdon. And the ball just picked out of the air by Josh Ellison, who's been big here in the quarter for the Devils. Finds himself in the corner. Hollinger wraparound pass and a foul to the Dons.
Yeah, and it's just the inability for Spanish Fork to get a good look at the basket, and then Springville's coming down and just drawing a foul and taking their free throws and making them.
Austin Tyre picking up the foul, his first. Timeout taken by the Dons. We want to once again thank the car guys, Lance Wilson, State Farm Insurance, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, 2 Jacks Pizza, and of course SFCN for sponsoring tonight's game. You can go to youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17 and catch all the live events that are being broadcast on Spanish Fork 17. That would include games such as this. Certain events, civic events that are being broadcast live, you'd be able to catch them on youtube.com if you're away from your television. Of course, we're the only game on tonight. No game on channel 17 or 16.
And Maple Mountain, deservingly so, gets the night off as they've the only team not to have a bye thus far.
They get it tonight. Mason Sumption knocks down the first of 2. Springville killing the Dons from the free throw line. I don't know how many of these free throws have even touched the rim, Chris.
Not very many.
Congdon has it picked off. Here come the Devils. Sumption to Hollinger. Foul. Jesse Hollinger going to the line.
And it's automatic. Every time Springville goes down, they're just picking up a foul. Tanner Argyle with his second. These are going to start to add up.
Yeah. I'd like for him to keep track of all, even beyond 10, because if the Dons aren't careful, they're going to pick up 15, 16 fouls. And they, the worst way to end up in this situation as Seth Mortensen knocks them both down like they're nothing.
Is that 15 in a row?
I believe so.
Wow, half your points from the free throw line.
16 in a row.
16.
Bridger Knowles, foul. Knowles will go to the line for 1 and 1.
And Knowles made his first 2 of the game. This will be a 1-and-1. Huge shot on the front end of this. Spanish Fort doesn't want to fall down by double digits going into the half.
For a while there, Chris, it looked like the Dons were just going to maybe run away with it, but Springville, they've learned how to use their bodies in creating contact against this Dons defense.
Yeah, they've done a great job of I mean, they don't have any height advantage here for sure, but they've just done a great job of getting inside and getting in the right position, taking the right angles to the basket.
Second miss by Knowles. 3:30 remaining, 30-24 are the Devils. And again, Springville going underneath against the big Dons defense, but the rebounds continue to be had by Springville. Jump ball, possession, Spanish Fort.
Springville had no business getting that rebound and then getting a jump ball down there. Spanish Fort needs to use their size and strength and just take that ball away.
Yeah, Springville won't have any of that. Give them some credit.
Yeah, they won't.
Austin Tyre out front.
But they're fighting for that early position on the rebounds. That's the difference.
Brandon Congdon lost it. Luckily, Hales was there to pick it up. Outside, Braden Christensen. Right, Lewis, blocking foul committed by Josh Ellison. That'll be his second.
See if Brady Lewis can knock down a couple free throws here.
So Lewis to the line for 1-and-1. Dons will be going 2 shots from here on out.
And this would be a huge loss for Spanish Fork. If they drop 1 and 5 in the standings and Springville and Salem Hills beats Uinta tonight, they'd be 2 games out of that 4th spot.
Brady Lewis misses. Again, a front end miss. Whistle underneath against the Dons. 2 shots coming. That one going to Christensen.
And odds are they will go in, both of them.
Bennett Hollinger to the line. These are his first 2 free throw attempts. Pressure's on, buddy. Ooh.
Close. That was the closest one not going in. He didn't look too comfortable shooting that either.
First one down, 1 more to go. Ah, there we go. First miss of the game. I was kind of cheering for him secretly.
17 out of 18, huh?
Yeah. I want to see it at least at 20.
Ball
just taken away from Christensen. Hollinger. Oh, right off the face of Seth Mortensen. The Dons will get it.
I don't think Seth Mortensen is going to be texting him this weekend after that.
No. Maybe some threats. 7 point Springville lead. The Dons have fallen silent to Springville's free throw shooting here in the 2nd quarter.
And the Spanish Fork student body has made absolutely no noise here at all.
No.
I forgot they were behind us.
Yeah. I just looked back to see if anybody was there.
There's quite a few.
Garrett Hales, left side. Christensen looking low. Goes back out. Chingus. To Christensen. Hales. Lewis. Chingus. Christensen. Paint. Whistle.
Oh, 3 seconds.
Well, you know, the Dons are just, they're not getting a lot of shots off here in the 2nd quarter.
No.
And Springville's getting these turnovers and taking huge advantage.
Give them a little bit of credit. They found a new way to turn the ball over that time.
Yeah, they did. So the Devils with the ball. Bennett Hollinger running the point. Ben Schneider with the ball. Back out. Hollinger 3. Got it.
Wow. And just like that, Springville's got a 10-point lead. They were down 5 or 6 early, but it's just been their ball game ever since about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Already with 20 in the quarter for Springville. Caleb Money into the game, trying to add some spark to the Dons.
I think Garrett Hells is the only starter left on the court.
Tyre gets it picked. Here comes a fast break. Layup, good. Seth Mortensen.
This is not the same team, and it might be a good time for Coach Roberts to, call a timeout before this thing gets way out of hand.
Spanish with it.
And the 75 students that showed up are going nuts here at Springville.
Yeah.
Not very many students show up to these games anymore.
Travel by the Dons, Springville with the ball. 36-24. .30 on the clock, and I bet Springville will want that last one.
Yeah, they'll probably run the clock out here.
Or find a way to get to the free throw line.
Yeah. I think in this next legislative session, they ought to raise some money for some scoreboards here. Is that starting up in February, I believe?
Shot clocks.
Yeah.
Foul committed by Chingus. 2 shots coming for Mason Sumption, who's been pretty cold from the line. 8 for 8.
8 for 8. He's only got 12 on the game.
Chingus picking up his second.
He averages 10 points a game, so he's already exceeded that.
Yep, he's there.
Every time I look at our little monitor here, I swear he's up there shooting a free throw.
Oh, missed one.
He is human.
Absolutely. .12-point Devils lead here in the second quarter with 7 left. Second. Missed it. All right, so the Dons
the
get
law
away
of
with
averages.
Hales. Nothing. Half is over. A break is needed. For certain. 36-24 the score at the half. We'll be right back.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
But Chris, we want to thank our sponsors of tonight's game, the Car Guys, State Farm Insurance, in particular Lance Wilson, along with Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, Two Jacks Pizza, and of course SFCN, who is putting this together here on Spanish Fork 17, all combined, and it's nice to see that our community network in SFCN has been able to, expand and grow as far as it has, and it's exciting to see how far we can actually go with this here.
I think we have something exciting going on here. We got a Spanish Fork student and a Springville student. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do, but hopefully Spanish Fork can get at least one victory here tonight.
Let's see what happens. You're going to get a half-court shot. Whoever's closest to it will give the victory to. How about that, Chris?
There we go. I don't know. I think it's some kind of race.
Oh, I see what we're doing.
Free throws up and good for both.
Layup's good. We go to the free throw right there. No. Oh, Spanish can.
Oh, Spanish has got this.
Oh, yeah. That other kid can't hit the rim.
He bakes it in. He needed to go granny style on that one.
Spanish is free throws, not only in the game, but during halftime or in the struggles.
Wow. I hope I wouldn't look this bad down there.
Come on, guys, you've at least played church ball.
I can testify the church ball level's gone down as the advent of the internet.
Well,
wow.
you know, video games, all that stuff.
Anyways, but back to the game, I think we mentioned earlier that Spanish Fork's got to do a better job of getting back defensively.
Last shot, oh, and the kid from Springville nearly dumped it. Yeah, you're right, Chris. This first half for Spanish Fork just turned out to be, and not so much just the first half. They looked great the first quarter.
Right.
The Dons were spreading out. They're scoring everywhere. They had 6 different scorers in the first quarter. In the second quarter, you had 2 scorers, and most of it was done by Bridger Knowles, who finished that first half as a leading scorer for the Dons with 8.
Well, I think the other thing they need to do is they need to bring a little more intensity. I'm just not feeling any intensity from the Dons tonight. They had a ton Tuesday night as Maple Mountain visited the Don Dome, but I'm just not feeling that right now.
No, and the Dons are out of the locker room and to do their pregame warm-up rituals, but again, you know, the Dons.
Not much to cheer about here so far.
No, and you see the student section there. They're just waiting for the second half to begin and hoping it's a little more exciting. But, you know, I'm looking forward on the schedule for Spanish Fork. Start with a home game against Salem Hills.
They beat them last time they played.
Yeah, and that's the only region win Spanish Fork has. So, you know, hopefully with a win tonight, possibly a win against Salem Hills, they can find their way to get into a rhythm. But we're going to have to wait and find out. We got another break here. Stick around, the Dons turn.
Oops, better call ChemDry.
If you have pets, you need PERT, ChemDry's revolutionary pet urine odor and stain remover. ChemDry's innovative pet urine removal treatment eliminates pet urine and other odors at their source. Your pets can stay while their odors go away.
Voted 2014 Best Automotive Repair in Utah Valley Magazine, Dickerson Automotive.
I think the whatchamacallit on my car isn't working.
Not to worry, we're experts at fixing whatchamacallits.
Call for our specials or visit our website.
At Dickerson Automotive, we're committed to the finest repairs with personal care.
I trust Dickerson Automotive, and you can too.
Dickerson Automotive, way north on Main in Spanish Fork.
Here at Painter Motor, we have a variety of used vehicles from name brands such as Dodge, Buick, Ford, Kia, Hyundai, and Chevrolet. You'll find incredible deals, such as a 2013 Chrysler Town & Country for $18,995. The 2013 Chevrolet Impala LTZ, $14,995. We're the Painter Motor family, and we're here to get you on the road in the vehicle of your choice. No pressure, no hassle. Painter Motor.
Getting the health care you need can be confusing. Hi, I'm John Salambini, and as your advocate, I can help you get the assistance you deserve. My Advocate is a leading provider of support for Medicare savings and other community assistance programs. You may be eligible for government or other assistance programs to help low-income families get the health coverage they need. Also, let me connect you with other money-saving programs, all at no cost to you. Give me a call and let me be your advocate when it comes to health care.
Well, Chris, excuse me. Springville, we'll take a look at their scoring real quick here as we got a couple minutes before the second half begins. Mason Sumption was a free throw problem for the Dons. He knocked down 8 free throws in that first half, leading the way for Springville with 10 points. Behind him, Josh Ellison had 8, Seth Mortensen was 7. And the Dons, again, of any note, you had Bridger Knowles with 8 points and then spread out from there. I mean, Tanner Argyle had 4.
Tanner Argyle took a couple shots that he just didn't look comfortable taking, that earlier in region play he was taking and making. But we were talking about what's up next for Spanish Fork. They've got Salem Hills coming up next Tuesday. That'll be at the Don Dome. Go and check that out. And then next, I got the wrong one. And I only printed off to that far. I'll have to look it up.
I've got it right here.
You've got it.
So Spanish Fork will host Payson on Friday.
They'll be at Payson.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be. All right. Give us a second here because apparently we're not operating. Salem Hills will be at Spanish Fork Tuesday. So be there. Tuesday. 3 days from now. 5 days, 4 days, whatever. Okay, and then the Dons go to Wasatch next Friday, and we will not be doing that game. That one will be a Maple Mountain High School only night. So we could take a break, and hopefully it'll be a decent break. The Dons will have picked up a couple of wins, but they better start with the one right here against Springville, who's just, they're fighting. They're fighting for their lives here.
Yeah.
And the Dons, who really should be the team fighting for their lives, haven't really shown it.
Well, and that's been the real difference. And give Springville credit, they're not as big. They're probably not as strong, outside of maybe Polson at 5'10", 5'11", 210.
Yeah, the block.
The 5x5.
Daxton Polson, the big 5'11" defensive center. There he is, getting a pass thrown between his legs. Spanish Fork will get possession.
Somebody hit our camera.
Yeah, our scoreboard camera is not really pointed in the right direction, but we will tell you it's 36-24 Springville.
Well, that's a horrible entry pass that time.
Congdon, that's his second 3 of the game. So he's getting a good start. He's got 6 points. It's a good second half start by Spanish Fork. Springville getting some pressure by the Dons, and then Hales knocks it away.
Yeah, great way to start off the quarter. They had completely looked out of sync, and then they get bailed out as the fans start to make some noise.
Left side 3 ball, no, rebound to the Devils.
And how in the world does Seth Mortensen at 5'10", all of 150 pounds, which means he's probably really 5'9", 140, get that rebound against the Spanish Fork Dons? They need to do a better job of boxing out.
Yeah, they do. And they got to, get a body on some of these guys and show them you don't belong in here. If nothing else, pick up one of those fouls and throw him out of the way, because apparently right now things aren't really working out that way for Spanish Fork, and they need to get aggressive.
But give Springville credit. They're being in the spots they need to be in to get those putbacks and get to the free throw line. I mean, they're always in the right position, which I think goes to great coaching by Justin Snell. Looks pretty intense down there.
38-27, Springville with the lead. Approaching 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Argyle right side. At the conclusion of the game, we will pick an MVP Sports MVP of the game. As Springville with the steal, Mortensen lays it up and in.
And Springville, like we mentioned, Spanish Fork needs to do a better job of getting back, but also it would help if you don't turn the ball over at three-quarter court.
Brandon Congdon right side, looking low to Jax Tobias, and a blocking foul against Springville, and I don't know. Well, sometimes they can go for us too.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
That's just the
scales of justice.
Scales of justice. Oh, and there's the scales of justice tilting back the other way.
That foul against Jax Tobias is going to be number 3.
And that's...
No, actually, it's Congdon that picked it up.
They called it up top then.
Thankfully, because we need Tobias in the 3. So that's 2 on Brandon Congdon.
He joins Jax Tobias and Tanner Argyle each with 2 on the floor.
Sumption, Lane missed it, gets his own board. Unbelievable.
Oh.
Tobias swats it away, and the Dons come up with it. Garrett Hales clears.
Now that's the second big block by Tobias, and let's see if they can build off that energy.
3 ball, Argyle missed. Rebound to the Dons. Garrett Hales throws it back. And a foul as Bridger Knowles going to the rack.
And Garrett Hales isn't the biggest guy for the Dons, but he's starting to show some maybe of that Springville intensity. Did you die? You took your headset off. I was wondering if you were going to come back.
Trying to clear my throat a little bit, and it's not really working out. We had hope. The Spanish will inbound it. 3 ball by Argyle. No. Rebound to Tobiasen. So the Dons picking up a few offensive boards. Congdon trying to find a lane to rack. Ball nearly stolen. Knowles scores. Knowles with 10.
Knowles does a great job of keeping with it. And, oh, turn around, guys.
On steal. Here they come. Shot up. Foul, and going to the free throw line for 2 shots, Tanner Argyle.
And we mentioned at the half the difference in this ball game's been the free throw shooting. We'll see if Argyle can start to hit a couple here and just takes the Dons back to 50% from the line.
2 shots. Got the first. Again, like we mentioned, free throws are going to be big in the second half for the Dons.
But that's 3 team fouls against Springville, and Spanish only has 1. So that's pretty much the opposite of how the first half trended.
That's right. 2 for 2 for Tanner Argyle. He has 6 points, and the Dons to within 9. +3 here in the second half.
They look a lot more intense as they came out of the locker room, that's for sure. A lot more energy.
3 ball, no rebound. Tobiasen. Here come the Dons. Dons trying to work their way back into it. Argyle working hard against Bennett Hollinger. Ball knocked away, stolen away. Here comes Sumption. Lays it up, scored it.
Yeah, and that's what Springville's been living on, is just creating turnovers.
Turnover.
But Spanish has got to do a better job of having their guys post up deeper into the paint. They're posting up at the top of the key, and that really puts you at a big disadvantage.
Down by 11 now are the Dons with 4:30 approaching. Tobiasen scored it.
They had 3
Sorry about that, folks. Had a little bit of a technical issue. Things got shut off here. Now they're back running, and Tobiasen off a timeout. The and one.
That's got to adjust our camera there, but Spanish Fork's down 47-37 with 3:03 here.
Yeah, luckily got a timeout. We yelled at him down there and says, "We need a timeout, guys," and they gave us one.
Yeah, that's what we
missed a few seconds, including a 3-ball that was knocked down by Josh Ellison.
I think we flipped the breaker here. Nebo School District needs to upgrade, maybe. No, I don't know.
I think it's a good night to let the district have it. It's our tax dollars.
They'll vote for any bond here in Springville just so they can put a statue in front of it.
That's right. All right. Assumption between his legs. Underneath. Foul. Going to the free throw line will be Ben Schreiner.
And he was a perfect 2 for 2 there in the first half. Has just those 2 points in the ball game.
First free throw attempts of the second half. First one, no problem. (18 of 21) are the Devils from the charity stripe.
Wow. And the 2 that missed were way off, but the ones that are going in for the most part have just been dead in.
Oh, and one coming for Bridger Knowles.
And that'll be the 3rd foul on number 3, Josh Ellison, the leading scorer on the season, not necessarily tonight. He has 11 though.
So 2-1 shot, coming for Knowles, and he misses. Spanish Fort gets it back and scores. Bridger Knowles. We're getting 4 on that end of the floor, and a foul against the Dons. That'll be against Bridger, and that'll be number 2.
Now Springville has 3 guys in double digits, so they're spreading the love just like the Dons. Unfortunately for the Dons, they've only got 1 guy, Bridger Knowles, with 14.
Excuse me, that foul was on Austin Tyre.
His second. He has 0 points. He's been played sparingly, which is surprising because he's a spark plug for this team.
Springville with the ball. Bennett Hollinger. Apparently that break hasn't done much to fix my voice. I've never had this issue before.
Well, if you want to wave the white flag, I can talk the whole time out.
Okay, go. I'll go home.
Go home.
The way this game's been going. The Dons trying to claw their way back in it, now down just 7.
Just down 7. They're +5 so far with the ball. Bridger Knowles looks to operate underneath.
Count it, he's fouled. Bridger Knowles taking over for the Dons. He's got 16.
And that'll be 3 or 4. They put it up already. 3 fouls on number 4. No, that's his 4th. Number 4, Jesse Hollinger.
He came off the bench for Springville, so not suggesting that he's not as important as anyone else for sure, but better him than maybe Josh Ellison or Mason Sumption.
And that's 17. Tobiasen has 11, so they have been utilizing the big guys, and we got ourselves a ball game finally.
4-point lead for Springville. The Dons have dug themselves out of the hole of 12 at the half, but a nice pass, and he can't convert. I guess that's a word. Ball everywhere.
Travels.
Springville with it. Yeah. Everybody in the Dons section yelling for it. Don't get it. 3-ball miss, and they're going to call a foul against Tobias.
And that'll be his 3rd, but that's
for simply being a little bit bigger than the guy that he just reached over.
And that is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th time they've just called a foul, I think, for
being too big.
For being too big. And he has the right to grab the ball, bring it down, and make an entry pass. He didn't push off.
3-ball, no, rebound to the Dons. So now Tobiasen with those 3 fouls, then ball nearly
Josh
taken
Ellison
away.
fouls him, and nothing.
Hales, Tobiasen, might want to get it out. does to Knowles. 3-ball, Tire, no. Still cold tonight, but Knowles finds a lane. He's fouled, it counts.
Wow, and he's working in the paint and going to the line every time down he gets the ball in low.
Bridger Knowles with 19, 11 in the quarter.
And we're finally getting some noise up here in the upper section with the student body of the Dons. And Springville's student section, which was pretty loud in the first half, has gone quiet.
Yeah, the Dons certainly with the momentum now, as Knowles with an opportunity to bring it to within 1, and he does so.
And he's got 20. And we're only in the third quarter. That's back-to-back nights where he's back-to-back games where he's gotten into 20 points.
He's not the quickest guy out there on the floor. He's not the quickest forward, but I will be danged if he isn't one of those. Here we go. Jump ball. Possession Spanish.
Garrett Hell's lucky they called a jump ball. I think he got that clean and then traveled trying to get up.
Yeah.
But this is a whole different Spanish Fork team here in this third quarter, especially after that last timeout.
Don's really fighting for their season right now. I mean, you have to get that monkey off your back, so to speak, of those losses, those 4 straight. You got to do it here.
And Springville, too, this would be huge for them if they get the win.
Tire for 3, his first of the game. The Dons lead by 2.
First lead since, I believe, the first quarter for the Dons as well.
Spanish Fork has scored 27.
Wow.
Here in the third.
And they've done it by going inside to Bridger Knowles, and he's just being more powerful than anybody else.
Foul to Tire. That'll be his third 15 foul against the Dons. Dons, by the way, will be shooting from here on. 7 fouls committed by Springville. Stay off it. Argyle backs off. Hollinger picks it out. Polson, couple dribbles, throws it away. The Dons have time. Hales better let it go. Gets it off. Just short. A 2-point lead for the Spanish Fork Dons, 51-49. The big fourth quarter coming up next here on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
What a third quarter, Chris. The Spanish Fork Dons digging themselves out of a 12-point deficit, now holding a 2-point lead at 51-49. But you know how quickly a lead can go away. Spanish had a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter against Maple Mountain the other night. Dons have to maintain intensity.
And we got to get our score flipped here because it's actually the Dons 51 and the Devils 49. You know how the Devils are, though. They like to, deceitful, and so that's what our score is here at the Ville.
Only 13 points in the quarter for Springville, 51 for the Dons. Or not 51 in the quarter, 27.
51 in the game, though. That's pretty impressive.
After having 24 at the end of the first half, Dons have certainly made some noise, especially behind the arm of Bridger Knowles. Underneath Sumption. Got it. Tie ball game. Okay, now they got the scoreboard right. 16 for Sumption. Left side Hales to Bridger Knowles up top. Dons trying to find a passing lane. The ball thrown away off the hand of the Devils. Spanish Fork gets it.
They got to be a little more patient. Tobiason's got the size. He just needs to do a better job of posting up, and you want that entry pass to come in from the same side if you can. Springville's just packing it in with the zone, though.
Foul against Hollinger will put Polson will put Tobias into the free throw line.
That'll be Polson's fourth, as there is 2 Devils on the court with 4 fouls. Polson and Hollinger, Jesse Hollinger.
Tobiasen had a decent free throw shooting night against Maple Mountain the other night, Chris. This is his loan of the night tonight. Or excuse me, he made one earlier. And the foul against Spanish Fort.
And that's another one where Bridger Knowles was, he was behind him. Might have touched him a little bit, but I think that was more or less Seth Mortensen falling on the ground.
At the end of this contest, MVP Sports will sponsor tonight's MVP of the game.
Right
72 North Main.
Right now, my MVP is looking like it's going to be Bridger Knowles, who has 20 and just took over that third quarter. Had 10 points.
I'd like to see somebody else step it up here and compete with him, though. That'd be nice, right?
Right.
Tobiasen gets the big rebound. The Dons have a wide open tire at the end of the floor, but throw it away. Long three, missed. Rebound to Spanish Fork as Ellison was unable to convert. Tire right side. Shot up and in. Nice shot by Tanner Argyle. Now has 8 points.
He's got 8, and it's been a quiet 8, but he can explode at any minute as Spanish just needs to keep this intensity up, and Springville's trying to match it here.
3 ball on the way, no good. The ball knocked away. Tire last to touch it. So 2 inbound for Springville. Sumption going left side. Ellison in traffic. Work it back out to Sumption. Had a big game. 16 for him. Ellison with 11. The 2 leading scorers on this Springville roster.
Yeah, flip that, and that's their season averages.
There you go. 6 minutes remaining, and Springville showing some patience. Trying to lull the Dons to sleep, and a 3 ball. Bennett Hollinger.
They get another corner 3 that was open against the Dons, and the Devils convert. They missed one earlier. Another turnover, and that's what got Spanish Fork in trouble, was all those first half, especially in the second quarter, turnovers that led to points in transition, just like that.
Hollinger drops it, timeout, Springville. I want to thank MVP Sports, the car guys, State Farm Insurance, Lance Wilson, State Farm, also 2 Jacks Pizza, 222 Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and SFCN. So, now Springville ahead by 3 with that bucket by Bennett Hollinger.
Looks like we might have a seesaw match here, as we can see Coach Justin Snell and his intensity in there. And his team, I believe, feeds off that intensity. These guys, they're all young, but they play scrappy, they play hard, they get rebounds. They have no business getting rebounds down there, so give Springville credit.
Hey, they had a game plan. When you lose, your big man, your center, your big tough guy, who was Andrew Slack, who's been a starter for years. Argyle can't convert, but when you lose a guy like that and you see this team fighting the way they are, pretty good to see for Springville.
Andrew Slack got hurt during football, as we see another 3.
Seth Mortensen knocks it down.
And if you're Spanish Fork, don't want to panic now, but you've got to get a bucket here.
Shot, no good. Knowles got it. Bridger Knowles.
That's just where Bridger Knowles' height came to advantage. He was able to reach over the guy, get that ball, and put it back up for his 22nd point, tying his career high. He's done that 2 times previous
and
to
it's
the night.
A second game in a row, yeah.
Yeah, second game in a row.
Hopefully he'll exceed that tonight. So Spanish Fort playing with 16 fouls. Springville with 8. shooting from here on. Shot up, no. Rebound, Tobias and the Dons look to etch into this 59-55 Springville lead.
Tobiasen was way under, but the pass was late.
Whistle, foul.
That'll be the 4th on Austin Tyre. He's nearing fouling out. He fouled out last game.
That is his. Yeah, he's been committing a few.
Picks him up in bunches, and maybe that's part of the reason that Roberts has brought him off the bench, but they sure could use his 3-point shooting.
To the free throw line, shooting 1-and-1 is Bennett Hollinger. Strangely, after going 17 for 20 in the first half for the Red Devils.
Or 4 for 4.
Yeah, they're now actually 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Or excuse me, you're right, 4 for 4.
Oh, 5 for 5.
Yeah, but only 5 free throws in comparison to what they did in that first half. You think about it, was the end of the first half when Springville got a whole lot of free throws, and the Dons need to avoid that, as now going to line will be Tanner Argyle.
He needs to hit these. He hit the deck kind of awkwardly.
Yeah.
That never feels good, but he gets up. He's young.
The junior guard.
Also a safety for the football team, so he knows how to take a hit and give a hit as well.
That's right. First one. Missed.
And Spanish Fork's inability to hit free throws in this game is going to come back to haunt them, I believe, if they lose.
Got the second.
And Argyle checks out for a minute. Maybe, I don't think you want him on the bench too long.
Yeah, he'll be off for just a moment to get him checked out. Sumption ball blocked by Congdon. 61-56.
Great help defense by Congdon.
Congdon in the corner alone. He's been hot tonight from the 3. Knowles, no foul.
Should have been a foul. It probably went out on Spanish Fork, but sometimes the refs like to compensate like that.
Yeah. I know I missed that foul, so maybe I can make up for it here. Knowles back out. Chingus. Lewis travels. Or are they going to call a foul?
Well, Tyre tripped somebody, they call a foul. I mean, don't want to harp on the refs here too much, but I think Springville's got the benefit of more calls than the Dons have, and my diploma says Springville. You can check it.
An alum?
An alum, yeah.
Can be honest, I like it. Whistling a foul against Springville, so the Dons will get it back.
Illegal screen that time by Josh Ellison.
Or excuse me, no, it was Sumption. Mason Sumption picked that up. That's his 3rd.
All right.
I'm going to say that it was him, and maybe just, if nothing else, to avoid Ellison having his 4th.
4th, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theory guy.
Well, you know, I've seen Shaq mug somebody when he's had 4 or 5 and then somehow called on somebody that was on the other side of the court. So it happens.
Underneath Knowles. There he got his career high. 24 for Bridger Knowles. Timeout on the floor. It is a full timeout. Want to thank Car Guys, Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, 2 Jacks Pizza, and SFCN for being our sponsors tonight. Chris, again, Salem Hills will be in town on Tuesday night. We encourage everyone to be there. 7 p.m. tip for the varsity contest. And of course, you'll be able to find it here on Spanish Fork 17, I believe that'll be that one. And then You can also go online, youtube.com/SpanishFort17.
Right, and the band here is playing Living on a Prayer, and that's what Spanish Fort's playoff hopes are. They're living on a prayer. They need a victory tonight to just get back in that contention. Otherwise, you're going to fall most likely 2 games down. And it all, Salem Hills is playing Uinta. I'm assuming that Salem Hills will win that, but I probably shouldn't do that. But
no, you shouldn't do that because
anybody can beat anybody in this region.
Yeah, I mean, you think about what has happened. I mean, it seems like Uinta comes here, they lose. Into Utah Valley, I mean.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a long bus ride.
Most teams would lose to on a regular year up to out in Vernal, but Salem Hill, or the only win Uinta's had is against Spanish Fort in region play. Outside shot up, good. Sumption.
That's huge.
Mason Sumption with 19.
And he's done most of his work from behind the line, but he shows his range that time.
6-point lead. Knowles out, Tyre knocked away. Don's ball.
And the problem for Spanish Fork is if you have to foul, Springville's been hitting them.
Yes. Yeah, that's a big worry. So you've got to get into it now. Hales, Knowles. Knowles, left-hander, force one up. He's been solid, missed that one. Rebound Springville.
Spanish Fort needs to force the issue here and get a stop. They're down 6. Springville's going to try and slow it down.
Well, you need to get someone out on the perimeter a little bit further to try to press Springville into a turnover.
Springville just content to hold.
Seth Mortensen with it to Ellison.
Man-to-man defense here for the Dons. They just need to get right up on that guy, force the issue.
Hollinger, Ellison, the ball stripped away, and the Dons give it right back.
That kid on the front row was awfully excited to get the ball.
Luckily for Spanish Fort, they've got only 17 fouls, so it'll be a 1-and-1 if you are forced to foul, so you might get lucky there.
Yeah, that could help out. And that here in about 30 seconds, you just got to start fouling to extend this game. Austin Tyre has 4, so maybe somebody else ought to take one for the team.
Ball stolen away. Tyre to Argyle. Argyle to the rack. Missed it. Air ball
not
to
even
layup.
Close. Well, Ellison's back and he's hurt, and they're going to.
Timeout on the floor is Ellison struggling to get up.
Ellison with 11, averaging 16.
Yeah.
Might have turned an ankle.
Springville doesn't really want to see that.
No. Hopefully it's nothing serious, though.
Having trouble putting pressure on that foot.
Well, if Springville holds on, they'll move to 3-3 in region play. Spanish would drop to 1-5, but we still have 56 seconds.
Yeah, there's time. The Dons are going to need to foul if they get it past the timeline here. Underneath. How tempting was that?
Yeah.
For Polson.
He backs it out to waste the clock. Austin Tyre's out of here as he picks up his 5th.
So Tyre gone with 5. 1-1. Situation for the Red Devils is going to the line. Seth Mortensen, who's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight. The left-right chant, pretty popular in this region.
I think I would hop. What are they going to do about that?
I would dance. I'd do a break dance if I was had picked up my 5th. See if they could keep up with me.
But that's just the kind of personality you have, Alan.
That's right. I am a dancer. Living in the bathroom.
Oh!
Free throw miss. Whoa. So let's see if the Spanish Fort Dons can get something
Still
out of
don't
this.
need to go for a 3 here.
Knowles forces it in and scores. Timeout. Spanish Fork.
Now, if you don't get the still here in the first 5 or 6 seconds, I would go ahead and elect a foul.
Again, our sponsors, the Car Guys, located 872 North Main. Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance at 230 North Main. Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing at about 1500 North Main. MVP Sports, 72 North Main. Two Jacks Pizza on 30 North Main. SFCM, the odd man out.
Not on Main.
Over on Center Street, off Center Street, and between First and
If you got wireless on Main, you can possibly watch us.
That's right, and strangely enough, all the sponsors are east side of Main Street. How about that? And north of Center Street. There's something about those businesses. Get that afternoon sun, it just brightens everything up for our community.
Just go support those old school businesses on Main Street. Great job with this press.
Now you got a foul. No, you don't. Yeah. Springville throws it away.
If you're Spanish Fork, that was excellent defense.
If I'm Springville here, I'm going to...
I would call a timeout. They have 2 left if they get stuck like that, because then the clock resets.
Hales, 20 seconds left. Tobiasen, need to get it to Knowles, I think. Tobiasen up, misses, rebound, Springville. Now you got a foul, and they do. How to send Sumption to the line, and this one's pretty well in the books. Mason Sumption to the free throw line.
It's 1-1 though.
It is 1-1.
He has missed 2 out of his 50.
Out of his 48 free throw attempts.
Trying to count your tally marks, but I can't count that high.
He is 8 of 10.
8 of 10. All in the first half as well. Hadn't shot for a while.
Oh, hopefully he's cooled off for a man. Missed it. Dons can timeout.
Yeah.
Maybe. No.
They're gonna have to hurry. Tobiason's got to shoot that. Oh.
Well, the Dons just run out of the clock.
Yeah, and it's all over.
Okay, so the Spanish Fork Dons lose. Dons only score 9. We'll take a break. In the fourth, game is over. 64-60 Springville. We'll be back.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
In Spanish Fork, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Lance Wilson for your insurance and financial needs.
Welcome you back to Springville High School. Final score 64-60 for the Red Devils. The Dons being outscored 15-9 in that quarter. And Chris, tonight's player of the game for the second consecutive game, Bridger Knowles with a final tally of 26 points.
It sets a new career high. He's just a sophomore, but that's it. Back-to-back games, and they've needed it every time, but both came up just a little short. They've looked a lot more competitive than that blowout we had last Friday, but still a heartbreaking week for the Dons as they come up short twice this week against Maple Mountain, crosstown rival, and former rival Springville.
We want to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring tonight's MVP of the game. They're located at 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You call MVP 801-798-3587. Go online at MVPSportsUtah.com. Along with the rest of these sponsors, the Car Guys, Lance Wilson State Farm Insurance, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Two Jacks Pizza, and of course SFCN. The Dons now falling to 1-5 in region play, Chris.
They've played everybody once.
They've played everybody once. They've only beat one, and that was Salem Hills, who they get to face Tuesday night.
Right, and we'll have that game live on Channel 17 for you.
7 o'clock tip, so be there or be here on Spanish Fork 17.
And then next Friday, they're at Wasatch. We won't have that game for you, but we will have Maple Mountain versus Salem Hills on both 17 and 16.
Well, we're looking forward to all that, so stick with us. We'll keep you updated here on Spanish Fork 17 as to who's coming up when, but nevertheless a tough loss here, 64-60 to the Springville Red Devils. The Dons now at 1-5 in region play, and they'd better be ready to win them all if they plan on going to the state tournament now.
Well, they're going to have to beat Salem Hills again.
You got to go one game at a time. Yeah.
I mean, if Salem Hills won tonight, they're 2 games back as Springville goes to 3-3. So they've got their work cut out for them if they want to make that playoff push. But the good news is there's only 7 teams in region, and 4 of them make it into the playoffs. So.
Yep. So the final once again, 64-60 for the Devils of Springville High School. I'm Alan Huff along with Chris Hurst. We thank you for joining us here on Channel 17. Till next time, so long from Springville High.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.